When kids of her age were fighting for toys and video games, she was fighting for clean air and clean water. When kids of her age went to sleep listening to stories from their elders, she was busy creating her own story. Many call her the Greta Thunberg of India, but she has an identity of her own. My guest today on Interesting Indians is Ridhima Pandey, the 13-year-old climate and environmental activist from Haridwar.
How are you? All good?
I'm great. Yeah, great.
So, did I get your age right? You are 13. You were 12 when we met.
Yeah, I was 12 at that time.
Yeah. So, you are 13. So, the school is on. You are in 9th standard, right?
Yeah, I am 9th standard. But yeah, things are going on online. There's like classes are on for only 10 in our.
Right. So, Ridhima, yours is an incredible journey from Haridwar, which is in Uttarakhand, to the United Nations, right? As rightly put in your TEDx talk.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. Let me start with your name, Ridhima. Does it mean love?
Not really. It's like my name. I guess my grandparents gave me this name. So it's like Riddhi Siddhi are the goddess. So my name is Riddhi. And basically on behind like of every goddess we call them Ma. So it became Ridhima, and I don't know what's the reason behind it, but yeah, I guess that's the story behind it.
Now, obviously, I did a bit of research, and a couple of things I could gather. One is what you said, that is goddess Saraswati, Lakshmi, Devi, right? And also it has a different meaning, which means full of love. Anyway, you're full of love as far as environment is concerned, climate is concerned. So let me get into how it all started. So it was in 2013, and you were about 5 years of age. The flash floods happened. So
tell me the whole story, how it all came about.
So it's basically in 2013 in Uttarakhand there was a huge flash flood. So basically when the flash flood happened, I was 5, so I was living in Haridwar, but the flash flood occurred in Kedarnath. So I was here in my home with my mom and dad, and I saw everything on basically on television, on news channels, and after that on my mom also used to read newspapers. So when she used to read it, it's like she used to I used to listen it as well, because I really didn't know how to read at that time. So I was just I used to listen each and everything from my mom. So when I saw those visuals of people saying that they lost their homes and everything else that they had, and seeing animals getting hurted, and people, and seeing the river Ganga carrying so much of sediments of broken homes and broken trees, it somewhere touched me, I guess. And I really felt like I really need to know the reason behind it. And at the same time, it's when rescue teams started going at the place, and everything kind of a way when people can go out there and can bring up their families back, or can go, rescue teams can go out there. My dad also went there to rescue animals with his team, and when he came back, he brought up a lot of pictures which were to be honest, they were kind of scarifying, because the animals were really hurted really badly. And seeing that, and hearing from dad that the animals were hurted really badly, but at the same time the owner was still using them so that they could earn some money, or they could just bring stuff down. So hearing all those things somewhere made me see that I really want to know the reason behind it, why it happened. And once my dad and my mom were having a discussion, so they were having discussion about the flood only. So when they were saying that this shouldn't have happened, or this happened because of global warming, I just jumped into it, and I was just tell me the reason why this flood occurred, and is there a way in which I can stop it, or you can stop it? I really want to know it. So when they started telling me about the things, my dad explained me about global warming and climate change and how it is impacting us and why this flash flood basically occurred, the whole phenomena. And I kind of found this thing kind of interesting and kind of scarifying as well. So I really wanted to know more. So as my mom started doing research on her own and then telling that to me in sometimes like story forms or in sometimes reading the article and explaining it to me, because at that time I really didn't know how to read Hindi or English even. So I was just a person, I was just a kid who has to listen each and everything what I need to know. So my
Okay,
mom used to do all the.
I'll interrupt you there. Two things I'm very keen on knowing. One is that you said your father was involved in rescuing animals. I think he works for such a department, isn't he? I remember meeting your father
Yeah, he
once,
works.
and yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
So
he works in the Wildlife Trust of India.
okay,
Uh-huh.
okay, okay, okay. Second is a 5-year-old kid. How did she understand global warming? To her, what was it? I mean, what was your understanding? Can you take your mind back and tell me by global warming at that tender age? I don't know what I was doing when I was 5. I'm surely not concerned about global warming. But, at that age, to be understanding something which even elders don't understand. So, what was your understanding of global warming? I mean, I want to know the young Ridhimas, even now you're very young, but then the much younger Ridhimas picture of the whole thing. What were you thinking at that time?
So it's basically when my dad started explaining me what global warming is. To be honest, he explained me what he knew, and I was not really able to understand the things because many of the words I didn't even heard them before, and most of that was like, okay, it's like what is this? What is this? So I really didn't understood what he was trying to tell me. So after that, my mom just took a paper. She wrote it at their globe plus warm. So it's like I knew what the globe is. I know what warm this means. So she was
Right,
like, this is globe and it is getting warmer and warmer, and that's what global warming is.
right, right,
So that
right,
was a simple definition for me, which my mom basically explained me out. And she was
right,
the one after that, she started explaining me the things, and my dad also.
right,
So that
right,
was a case where I slowly started learning and adapting the things. And once I came to know about child rights and how my future is going to get affected,
right.
I just really wanted to do something, and I took the action. And from then,
So when you when
I
you
became.
so when you really wanted to do something, how old were you? When you
Uh,
thought of doing
it
a
was.
say,
Uh-huh.
yeah, how old
So
were you?
it was like. Uh-huh. So I guess when I really wanted to, so it's like after 1 year or so when I came to know like little things about global warming and climate change at the age of I guess 7 or 8.
7
I
or
came
8.
to know
Okay.
about mostly most of the things that how this whole phenomena global warming and climate change works, and how it's going to affect us, and about child rights, and about what the governments have been doing, and what they should do instead, and what are the people response and everything. When I came to know about basically things that what's been happening in our India and what should happen, I
Right,
basically just I basically it's like I wanted to do something, so I read in an article that living sustainable life works. So
right,
I
right,
just
right.
started living sustainable life, but
Okay.
it didn't really made me show any difference, because it's obvious that if a person tries to live a sustainable life, floods wouldn't stop, droughts wouldn't stop, and glaciers melting and all these stuff wouldn't stop by
Right,
just few people trying to live sustainable.
right,
So it was just I try to live sustainable, but after half year or so, or after some months, I was like, mom, I didn't really see anything happening, floods are still happening, droughts are still happening. Have I
right,
made had I made a mistake, or was the article wrong? So
right,
she was
right,
like, nothing was wrong, it's just it's not gonna show up results really soon, and at the same time only few people trying living sustainable doesn't work. So
yeah, yeah.
after that, I wanted to know so then what I can do in person, which can suddenly which can make a change right now, so that these things can really reduce, because the temperature that's been increasing right now at the rate, it's surely
Right,
going to impact all of us in the
right.
future.
Right,
So
right.
after that, I came up with the idea of filing the petition at the
Yeah,
at National Green Tribunal.
yeah, so I want to stop you there to ask you categorically. When you talk about it, people of your age, kids of your age, probably might find it difficult to understand the magnitude of it, or probably the way you went about. So let me stop you there and ask you. You filed your first petition, and I read somewhere the first petition was rejected. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was that first petition all about, and where did you file it?
So it's the same petition that I was talking about. It's like I when I came up with the idea of filing the petition. So it's like my dad has some lawyer friends, and they were also the ones who told me about child rights and about I can do a lot about the things, and my future is gonna be in danger. So it's like when I came up with the idea that I want to do a petition at that time, my dad was just like going to his office. So when he goes to his office, he also meet them. So when he went there, he was like, my daughter wants to file a petition, and she's really serious about it. So tell me, what should I do? So they were like, we can help you out because they guided me through the things since when I was child, and they have seen. I don't know. They say that they have seen the passion in me to like that I really love nature, I really love animals, because like most of the time I even fight with my dad if he says like I'm gonna do something with any animal or so. So it's like this is a thing which I have from childhood, like kind of like attraction and kind of like connectivity towards biodiversity. So when this thing happened, they were like, we would help you out, and we would tell you where to do the petition and how to do it, and we would help you out. We would be your lawyers. So after that, my dad and my lawyers, they started like drafting out the petition, and it took us around 1 year, I guess, to draft the petition and to do all the things up. And after that, once we were done, we thought like we would do it the way I filed the complaint with other 15. So we were thinking about the same procedure. So in the beginning, many people were like, okay, we'll join you. But what really happened was like, after that, when we drafted the petition, and once it was decided that it would be against the government of India, everyone just backed off. They were like, we don't really want to be a part of this. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't want my child to be a part of it. Schools were like, we don't want our kids to be in this. We don't
So
want to
this
get
was
involved in it.
this was in 2000,
It was in 16, like in
2016.
16.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because in 17 I filed it out.
Right,
So
right,
after
right.
that, they were kind of like worried because what they thought didn't really happen. But still, I really wanted to, because I was really excited about the petition. I was like, yes, I want to do it, of course. Then my dad was like, let's just do it and we'll see what would happen. So after that, we filed it out at National Green Tribunal. So it's like after 1.5 year, like hearings happened and everything happened. And after that, National Green Tribunal just said that the government of India is doing everything right, and there is no need to give any certain kind of direction to the government of India. And my petition was dismissed by them.
Right.
So
So
this was the whole story.
this was after a few months of filing it, or how soon was the petition rejected after filing?
After 1.5 year.
So it went on for 1.5 years, and then it was rejected. So were you disappointed? Obviously, you were disappointed. So how did you react to it once it was rejected?
It's just like once I filed the petition, I was like, now my job is done, and I have filed it, and now the court would take its decisions. I was really excited that now things would like change and things would happen properly, like really properly. But things really didn't happen the way I thought it was going to be. So it's like when I got the news that okay, so our petition is dismissed, I was kind of like disappointed, like really disappointed, because I had faith towards the court that they would take a decision which is really important and which is fair. But I somewhere felt that it wasn't fair, the decision wasn't fair, because in my petition as well I said that the things are being done on paper, but very less has been like going on and has been done on ground. But after, it's like the same thing happened. They saw the paperwork and they were like, they're doing a commendable job, and there is no need to have such a petition going on and stuff, and they just like dismissed it. So I was really disappointed at that time, and I was like, can we do something about this, or is there someone who could give direction to the court or something? Like, I really want this petition to get justice, and I don't really feel that it is like this is right. And
Right.
my lawyers felt the same way. So
Yeah.
after that, we filed it to the Supreme Court because we were
Okay.
not satisfied.
Right.
So we almost 2 years that it's been pending over there. It hasn't come to hearing yet, but yeah, we are
Right.
still
Right.
waiting for
Right.
it to come to hearing.
Right. So you clearly felt that there was bias, there was manipulation, and it was not fair. Now the entire process would have taken close to 2 years. So what was your next step? You approached the Supreme Court, and what happened after that?
So it's like I have approached to the Supreme Court, but now it's like once it would come to hearing, my lawyers would go to the court because it's not. It's like, to be honest, it's like my lawyers doesn't allow me to go there because they don't feel like a child safe going over there and seeing the whole kind of like environment of court, and it's not for me. They said.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
go there. So it's like they would go there and
So yeah,
hearing would happen.
you've never been to the court, even with your
No,
father.
no,
You've never been.
no.
They have prevented you from. So you'll have to
Yeah,
wait
yeah, yeah.
you have to wait a few more years to do that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So it's just like hearings. It's like it's still pending over there. So we just came to that we would like the petition would come to hearing soon. But it's just because of COVID, things are like very a few cases are getting up to heard, and the timing and everything. It's just like because of that, it's getting delayed. And
Yeah.
once it would come to hearing, it's just upon the court what would happen, because I can't really do anything about like their decisions. And once they would dismiss it, I can't really do anything about that. So
Right.
it's just upon the court what the decision they would take. My petition would go the way like they want, to be honest.
So Ridhima, I want to take you back to 2016 when you were preparing your petition. You're planning to file a petition. How many kids of your age did you contact, and how many of them lent you support to start with and backed out?
So it's basically we approached some of the schools and some
Okay.
individuals. So I don't really know the count.
Right.
So it's like my lawyers didn't really do any fee or stuff from anyone, not even from me. They were like everything went on from like funding and everything. So they were like it's a great cause, and since they are the like they are environmental lawyers, they were like we really want to do this out, and if it's the matter of like a kid who is passionate and the other kids, we would just do it for free and we would just like help you out. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't like really any fee or stuff which were taken from them. It was just like support that we asked for. But in the beginning, it's like when we asked them that we are thinking of doing a petition, would you be a part of it? They were like, okay, we'll see, yeah, we'll help you out. We'll be a part of it.
Right.
Because they were like, okay, it's gonna be a small petition about something. But when it come to like it's straightforwardly against the government of India, everyone was just like, I don't know whether they were scared or whether they were like, okay, government can't do anything wrong. I don't know, but they were just like, no, we don't want to be a part of this. Thank you.
So
it just was like they backed out.
let me assume that there were a few hundreds of kids from different schools who were ready to help you out and ready to support you to start with, and almost every single person backed out. So there was nobody to support you here. And what kept you going was your willpower and your family support. Let me ask you this: was there any point, when your parents said, "No, this is too much. This is too serious. Let's not do it"?
No, it never happened. It's just like they say like whatever you want to do, it's like we support you out. So it's just like I tell them that okay, I want to do a petition. They would be like okay. I would say like I want to do this thing. I want to do this thing. They just like unless until I am going in a wrong way, they help me out. So it's just like that. They never said that it's wrong or we wouldn't do it. So it's just like I would say it was somewhere my passion, my willpower, and at the same time support from my lawyers and from my parents as well, who made this petition to go to the court.
Right. Let me ask you a simple question, which I'm sure a lot of people who hear your story would always have. Ridhima, tell me, don't you get scared? You are actually taking actions against some of the most powerful people around, against the government, against the establishment, against the political bigwigs, against the superpowers. Do you feel scared, or you don't feel scared at all?
To be honest, I've never felt scared. It's just like I like doing this thing, and at the same time, my dad has told me like unless until you're I because it's like I don't really do anything illegal. It's just like it's my right. If I'm not feeling that my future is safe, or if I'm not feeling that this environment is not appropriate for me to live or the other kids to live, I have the rights to go to the court and fight for my rights and for my life, and that's what I am doing right now. And even as being a protester, I'm just protesting for myself and for my future, and for those kids, those who are not really able to do it, and for everyone out there who are going to bear the consequences. So I've never felt kind of scared, and there's nothing to be scared out. Government can't really do anything against me, because it's like this is what I really want to do, and this is not something illegal. This is all legal for me, to be honest.
Wonderful spirit, Ridhima. Let me ask you, did you have to face any kind of bad experiences because of that? Somebody has come and spoken to you in a way that he or she shouldn't have done? Was there a moment when you got a little petrified, a little terrified, or somebody was a little too stern in his tone? Somebody discouraged you? Has there ever been an instance like that?
It's like it has happened many like it has happened. Not it happens every time. It's
Okay.
just like on social media, like some of the people have said so many things to me on person, like in person as well. So it's
Okay.
just like haters are there, so it's like trolling happens a lot. It's like most of the people do comment bad on my social media handles, and most of the time they are just like many people, those who are just like teasing me out, because it's like I had firstly in the beginning when I just started my social media out, I had my contact number over there, mentioned over there. So
Right.
people were like, they, I don't know if whether for fun or not, they were just like calling me out, and they were like, okay, we are activists, we are doing this, we are doing this, and this is the picture of what's been happening.
Hmm.
But as being a person who's been into this and who's been researching about this, I found out many pictures were just taken from Google, and when I asked them about the details, they were just like they didn't really respond it. So everyone was, I don't know whether it was just fun or to criticize me or to like tease me. Most of the people do these kind of stuff. So now I've removed my contact number from there, and only my email address is there, because many of the people who genuinely need my help, they are not really able to find out my contact or my email ID or my like the way to contact me out. So it's like I have my email ID, but now I've removed my contact number from everywhere. And at the same time, it's like a lot of trolling like that. I am Hitler, or Greta is Hitler and we are working under her, or it's just like we are anti BJP supporters, and
Right.
we don't want our country to get developed. And I don't know, it's like a lot of hate has been going on. But it's just like it's a thing which I don't really kind of like get bothered of. I just like ignore them all.
Right. So the surprise that somebody like you into this kind of an activity will have to pay at times, and also two different types of people. Some people are politically motivated, as you said, and some probably might be doing it for fun, just to check how strong you are, right? But hats off to you for holding strong, and that's a way to go about it. Great. Now you mentioned about Greta Thunberg. How do you feel about being called the Greta Thunberg of India? Do you feel nice about it, or you feel no, I'm Ridhima Pandey? Why would somebody call me Greta Thunberg of India?
It's like I am not like really offended about it that they're calling me Greta Thunberg of India, but it's just like it's nice that you're comparing my work and you're thinking that my work is somewhere even comparable to hers, because it's like she's doing a lot, and I haven't even done a percent of it. But it's like still I have my own identity, my own story, and like my own way to do things. So and it's like we are somewhere doing like really different things out, because she is doing a lot of protest out, and she has started Fridays for Future. But what I am doing is like I am more into like awareing kids and making them empowered, and at the same time writing out letters and petitions. So it's like I do have my own identity, but I'm not a one who is like really offended and would be like, no, 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 don't really call me. No one would call me Greta, and it's just like Ridhima. But yeah, I would like people to call me Ridhima, who I really am.
Yeah. So you represented India. My understanding is right. You are the only child from India to represent this particular thing at the UN, which Greta was also a part of. So you met her there.
Yeah, so it's just like I was the only child from the whole Asian kind of like
Asian.
continent.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
no one was from Asia. So it was just like me and some kids from Europe side and out there. So it's
Okay.
just like when so she was part of our petition. So she's my co-petitioner. So that's why she had to come in the press release and stuff. So I saw her out there, but we really didn't like. No one really talked with her because she just came in and she just like gave the interviews and stuff, and then she just like went away. And I even had some like live interviews, so I was not really there when she came, and when she just like moved out. And after that, even like she just like she was a part of our panel discussion in the evening. But after that, I know like she was tired because of the speech that she had, and after that the trolling which happened from Trump's side and everything.
Yeah,
So she
yeah,
was kind
yeah.
of like frustrated and kind of like not in mood. So she just like went out, and she didn't really attend the evening event. So it was just like not really talk and stuff. But yeah, I saw her.
Right. So did you read her recent tweet? So the timing of our discussion, that coincides with that. Did you read her recent tweet when she said, "Chill, Donald, chill"?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.